Alright, one thing I just noticed is there's a glitch in this game. They spelled Magnum wrong when it comes to Magnum Parts. They spelled it Mugnum. I think they fixed that in the DualShock edition. But anyway, here's what the Magnum looks like upgraded. See Magnum. Desert Eagle 50 AE 10-inch 10-inch barrel is put onto Desert Eagle 50 AE. It could fire DOT 50 AE rounds more powerfully. That description is a tongue twister, I swear to God. Alright, this thing looks super awesome now. It looks like a Magnum with a silencer in the regular box window. But let me test this freaking bad boy out. Jesus, look at the recoil. Blew me back a good foot or two. I'm not even going to bother testing it on the zombie because, as you could tell from the normal Magnum, it already blows their head off, so this definitely will. So I'm just going to use a liquor for this one. Alright, it went down to 2 shots instead of 3 shots. God, those liquors are powerful. Is there anything that only takes 1 shot on them besides the rocket launcher? I doubt it with Leon's weapons. But anyway, that is the power of the Magnum upgraded. I strictly say only use it for bosses, okay? Because that thing is super, super powerful. Alright, now for Leon's next weapon. Alright, now we're moving into the weapons that take more than 1 slot in your inventory. These weapons really piss me off when it comes to inventory space. But anyway, here's the first one, the Flamethrower. Chemical fuel flamethrower made by Umbrella Incorporation. The fuel is fed from a small cartridge. Did you really have to put that in the description? Alright, let's test this out. Alright, yeah, I guess I'll test this on a zombie. But there's a specific enemy I want to test this on. Flames are really good for those ivy plants that show up when you first make it to the Umbrella lab. So after the zombies, I'm going to test it on those. So I hope I don't die. I shouldn't, because the flamethrower is a good weapon for those guys. I started at 48%, and now I'm at 36%. So it took 12% for me to defeat it. I never really used this on a zombie, so I can't really give you guys an estimate on how much it could take. But anyway, I think now I'm going to test it on one of those ivy plants. I started at 100%, and now I'm at 86%. So that took 14%. See how fast those things go down with the flamethrower? Yeah, flamethrower is good for those guys. I still don't really use the flamethrower that much overall, so I still can't really give you an estimate, so sorry about that. But anyway, let's move on to his next weapon, the submachine gun. MAC-11, manufactured by Military Armament Corporation. It uses DOT 380 rounds. This is actually the submachine gun's debut in the Resident Evil series, as there was no submachine gun in the very original Resident Evil game. So, let's test this out. As you can see, it's like the flamethrower, it's in percentage. Alright, now let's test it on a zombie. So I started at 86% and now I'm at 76%, so that took a good 10% for a submachine gun. Because I'm at near the end of the game, obviously the enemies are at their top state. That's probably why it took so long. But 10% on a zombie. From my records, it could take between 5 to maybe maximum 11%, based on my estimate. I don't know what you guys get, so can't tell you that. Alright, now for the two bonus weapons of the game. The Gatling Gun and the rocket launcher. Alright, now for the first bonus weapon, the Gatling Gun. A powerful weapon that sprays bullets into targets. I should be able to defeat any enemy with this. That's kind of true, but there's always an exception. But this is a pretty powerful weapon, let me tell you. Alright, let's test this boy out. Alrighty. I can see what it means by sprays bullets into targets. Alright, I'm gonna test this on a licker. I'll save testing it on a zombies for Claire's part. How about that? I got hit, but he still went down pretty fast. Perhaps I should mention how to get this weapon. Basically, what you have to do is you have to beat both Scenario A and Scenario B, either way, but you have to beat them under 2 hours and 30 minutes, and you gotta at least a B rank. So, there's the Gatling Gun. Now for the final weapon. Now for Leon's last weapon, the rocket launcher. Quick note, this technically isn't a bonus weapon. I just said that because the bonus part of it is getting it with infinite ammo, as you can see right there. Let's check it out. A rocket launcher. One shot from this should kill any enemy. Once again, that's not entirely correct, but still, this is the most powerful weapon in the game. Alright? So, let's test it out. Huge power. Alright, for fun, I'm gonna test that on a zombie. Oh my gosh. He just so got owned by that rocket. Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm gonna test this on the licker, just to show that lickers can go down in one shot with some weapon. Ha! You just got pwned. Alright. To get this as a bonus weapon with infinite ammo, what you have to do is actually an easier requirement than the Gatling Gun. All you have to do to get this is beat one out of the two scenarios under 2 hours with an A rank. That's how you get the rocket launcher with infinite ammo. Also, I should mention that if you use a special weapon, it lowers your grade for the next scenario. So if you want the Gatling Gun also, I suggest you don't use the rocket launcher, no matter how tempting it is. But anyway, that is it for Leon Kennedy's weapons. I'll see you guys in the next video, where I will show off Claire's weapons.